Tom Aspinall's mysterious opponent. Tom Aspinall just gave fans a cryptic update, and it might be the biggest heavyweight tease of the year. During a recent appearance, the interim champ revealed that he knows exactly who he's fighting next, but he can't say. According to Aspinall, he's already had meetings with the UFC and has been sworn to secrecy. Which raises the obvious question, why so secret? Typically, when a fighter is up against a lower-ranked opponent, there's no need for silence. But when it's someone massive, like a returning John Jones or a legacy bout with Stipe Miocic, that's when the UFC locks it down. The speculation is already running wild. Could it be John finally returning to unify the belts? Or is the UFC planning something unexpected, like a last-minute clash with Cyril Gane, or a wild card like Curtis Blades? One thing's for sure, Tom's not acting like this is just another paycheck fight. This feels personal, this feels dangerous. Whatever's brewing, it's big. Paddy Pimblett's 42-pound gain and welterweight tease, Paddy Pimblett has done it again, and this time, it's even more extreme. Just days after UFC 314, Paddy admitted to gaining a jaw-dropping 42 pounds. "I had 5 milkshakes after the fight," he said casually, before revealing he weighed nearly 198 pounds the following morning. That kind of fluctuation has fans and fighters seriously concerned. But that's not where the drama ends. Paddy also teased that a move to welterweight could be in his future. He ruled out a return to featherweight, said he could still fight at 155, but in the coming years, 170 might be his new home. Whether it's due to aging or just to avoid brutal weight cuts, this change would shake things up massively. The question now is, can Paddy even maintain performance with this kind of lifestyle? Is his body going to hold up? Or is this going to lead to a dangerous spiral that even his loyal fanbase can't support? Merab Dvalishvili's mind games with O'Malley and Umar. Merab Dvalishvili just turned the trash talk dial up to 100 without even saying a word. Ahead of his UFC 316 showdown with Sean O'Malley, Merab showed off a custom mouthpiece that has both O'Malley's and Umar Nurmagomedov's faces on it, along with the words, "I am your father." This isn't just a gimmick, it's psychological warfare. It's trolling at the highest level, and it's a shot fired at two of the most hyped fighters in the division. Merab's been quietly grinding, winning fights, and taking out everyone the UFC throws his way. But now, he's turning up the volume. He's putting himself in the spotlight and forcing the world to pay attention. Whether you think it's genius or childish, one thing is undeniable. Merab is ready to take over the division, and he's doing it his way. With a message that'll be in every face-off photo, every highlight reel, and every fan's memory if he wins. Israel Adesanya links up with David Goggins. Israel Adesanya is taking his mindset training to another level. The former middleweight king has started working with none other than David Goggins, one of the most intense mental coaches on the planet. If you know Goggins, you know this isn't about strategy. It's about going to war with yourself. The fact that Izzy is turning to Goggins after his loss to Strickland says everything. He's not just prepping for a rematch, he's rebuilding the foundation. Goggins is known for pushing people to the edge, stripping away ego, and finding out what's left. For Adesanya, this could mean coming back sharper than ever, or it could mean he's entering a dangerous mental phase. Either way, he's not taking the loss lightly, and when a fighter as creative and calculated as Izzy decides to go full Goggins, you know something intense is coming. Whether it's Strickland 2.0, Du Plessis, or another top contender, the Izzy you see next won't be the same man that got upset in Sydney. Khamzat and Dricus explode as Caio enters the picture. The middleweight title picture just got a lot messier. Rumors hit that Dricus du Plessis might be injured and unable to fight Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 317. That's all it took for Khamzat to blow up on social media, calling Dricus the biggest BS. Then came the receipts. Dricus responded by posting screenshots of both their fight records, subtly reminding fans who's been more active. But things took a twist when Caio, Khamzat's former training partner, offered to step in. What started as respectful turned sour quick. Khamzat posted a photo of him choking Caio out in training, and Caio fired back. "Sign the contract and we'll see." Fans are torn. Should the UFC wait for Dricus, or book the new rivalry. Khamzat wants an interim belt. Caio wants revenge. And with International Fight Week approaching, the UFC needs a blockbuster. We might be witnessing the birth of a new middleweight blood feud, one that could be even bigger than Khamzat versus Dricus. Bryce Mitchell mentally falls apart against Gene Silva. Bryce Mitchell wasn't himself at UFC 314, and now we're starting to understand why. Gene Silva might have scored the submission, but according to Movesar, the real damage was done before the fight even started. Movesar said Bryce looked nervous, unsure, and completely thrown off his game. His takedowns lacked confidence. His body language was off. He wasn't the same guy fans had grown used to watching. So what happened? Movesar thinks it was the trash talk. Bryce may have taken things too personal, got caught up in the feud, the build-up, the spotlight, and that mental weight broke him before the physical fight did. It's a brutal reminder. In the UFC, mindset is half the battle. If you're not locked in, if you're carrying nerves instead of fire, the Octagon will expose it. Mitchell's still young, still talented, but this loss? This one left a scar that goes way deeper than the stats. Could Paddy really beat Justin Gaethje? Tim Welch didn't hold back when asked about a hypothetical Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje fight. He said Gaethje would kill him. And on paper, it's hard to argue. Gaethje is a pressure machine, with leg kicks that cripple and hands that shut the lights off. But Welch added something interesting. If Paddy survives the early storm, if he can push the fight into the deeper rounds and somehow get a takedown, things could get weird. Gaethje isn't getting younger. Paddy is unorthodox, unpredictable, and can grind when he wants to. And if he puts Gaethje on his back? Suddenly, the narrative shifts. That said, surviving those first 2 rounds is a massive if. Gaethje isn't the type to let someone settle in. Still, the idea of these two colliding, Paddy's showmanship versus Gaethje's destruction, it's the kind of chaos that sells out arenas. Will it happen? Probably not. But if it does, don't blink. Arman says Islam is avoiding Topuria and him. Arman Tsarukyan believes the UFC's lightweight king is dodging danger. In a recent interview, Arman accused Islam Makhachev of avoiding 2 specific names, Ilia Topuria and Arman himself. The logic: if Islam beats Ilia, people say he just took out another featherweight. If he beats Arman, well, that might be his last real test in the division. Arman says Islam's legacy is only complete when he beats him. After me, he's done with the division, Arman said. These aren't light words. Arman's been clawing for that title shot, and he feels the UFC machine is protecting its champ. Is Islam ducking him? Or is this just smart business from the UFC? Either way, the pressure is building, and if Arman wins one more, the UFC might have no choice. The Topuria fight might never happen. But Tsarukyan? That's a storm Makhachev can't avoid forever.